Hey there everyone, Will Scheipeter here, back again with another Behind the Numbers video. Today we're going to be going over how to control your trajectory. So, if you're anything like me and you find yourself off the fairway a little bit more often than you would like when you're playing, you'll know that especially here at Greenbrier, that comes with some obstacles. Main one is tree trouble, right? So, if I'm out playing, I hit a good drive, I'm in the middle of the fairway, I got about 100 yards. These are pretty typical numbers for me with a 60 degree. It's going to go about 100 yards, spin anywhere around that 11,000 number. It's going to go about 70 feet in the air, okay? Now, if I'm playing and I'm on hole 2 and I blast it left, and I got about 100 yards in, I'm not going to be able to hit this shot, right? I'm going to have trees that I'm going to have to worry about. I'm going to have to kind of flight it down. This is not an option. So, the safe play is to grab something that's a little bit lower in loft. So for me, I got a pitching wedge here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the ball pretty neutral in my stance, if anything, maybe a little bit back. I'm just going to put a nice, easy, about 50% swing on it. What that's going to do is it's going to lower my height, it's going to drop my spin, so it's going to allow that ball to kind of roll through the fairway, hopefully roll up on the green and give myself a putt. Should look something sort of like this. So boom, perfect. Height drops a ton, went from 70 feet to about 28 feet. Spin goes to about 4,000. Carry drops, 20 yards, but again, it just allows that ball to kind of roll up through the fairway and onto the green. It's going to leave me right around that 100-yard number. Now, let's say I don't have fairway to work with, right? And there's some obstacles in front of the green. Maybe there's a hazard, bunker. I'm not able to let that ball kind of roll through the fairway, right? What do? What I like to do is I'll grab my typical 100-yard club, right? So for me, that's my 60 degree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it pretty severely back in my stance, maybe just inside my right foot here. I'm going to try to get my chest over the ball a little bit, and I'm going to get really, really steep on it and try to trap that golf ball into the ground while producing, maybe an 80% swing on it. What that's going to do is it's going to drop my height still, but it's going to increase my spin more than the pitching wedge shot, which is going to allow me to carry it a little bit short of that 100-yard number, but it's still going to have some stopping power, so it's not going to roll out a ton as the pitching wedge would do. So, try to demonstrate that here for you. Again, ball pretty severely back in my stance. I'm going to get my chest over it a little bit more than normal. I'm really going to try to trap that golf ball down and let the loft do the work for me. Perfect. So, height went up a tiny bit. So this is about 40 feet now. Spins at around 9,000. Lands, 6 yards short of that 100-yard number. But it's going to roll out a little bit. But again, this just gives me another element, right? This gives me some stopping power. I can land this on the green without it rolling through. So, next time you guys are in here practicing, try a couple different clubs, try a couple different ball positions, see what works best for you. That way, if you're ever in trouble out on the golf course, you kind of have some options. Hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you soon.